If you've watched the popular reality show Mountain Men, you know about the interesting character Tom Oar. He is known for his tough lifestyle and impressive survival skills. Tom Oar is a legendary mountain man who has inspired many with his determination and bravery. Now, you have the opportunity to learn more about his fascinating life, but be prepared to encounter both inspiring and heartbreaking moments in his story. Tom is a famous mountain man who has inspired many people with his strong spirit and adventurous nature. He grew up in the countryside near Rockford, Illinois, and was ready for a tough life. Tom and his older brother loved being outdoors and spent their childhood playing outside. He was born in 1943 in Illinois, and the only family member known to the public is his father, Czech, who appeared in the Wild West. Tom lived in the United States between 1870 and 1920. In the 1970s, he embraced modern life and moved to Yak Valley in Montana with his wife Nancy. Before that, he camped with friends in Troy, Montana, while taking part in rodeo events as a rodeo rider. In his 20s, he also started writing and continued for several years until he had to stop because of health problems. Later, he took his wife to a very remote area in Montana where they built a cabin in the woods and settled down. Tom and his wife Nancy live about 80 kilometers from the nearest grocery store. They don't need to go to the store often because they hunt and gather food every day. They make different types of shoes and clothes from deer skin, like moccasins, coats, shirts, and trousers. When they go to town, they sell their homemade items. They often get many orders for their products but don't always fulfill them. Even without formal training, Tom is considered one of the most respected hide tanners in the country. He started his career as a rodeo cowboy when he was almost 20 years old. After a few years, he left the profession due to health issues. Following that, he began working as a tanner, even though he hadn't finished the required training. He and his wife moved to a remote area of Montana where he continued to work as a cowboy and left behind the busy life of the modern world. They started a new life in the woods, enjoying the peace and quiet. Tom and his wife used tanned deer hides to make different clothing items like moccasins, jackets, shirts, trousers, and shoes. They sold these products in the city and received many requests for more. After living in the mountains for 30 years, people from a show noticed him and invited him to appear on Mountain Men. Tom is believed to have a net worth of about $400,000 thanks to his successful career as a rodeo cowboy and his current role as a TV personality. He participated in the International Finals Rodeo 8 times, but health issues led him to switch careers and learn to tan hides on his own. Over 30 years, he made various items from tanned deer skins such as coats, moccasins, and blouses. Tom first gained fame when he appeared in the popular History Channel series Mountain Men. In 2022, he drew attention again with his role in Into the Wild Frontier. People around the world are inspired by Tom's exciting life, which is full of experiences and a sense of adventure. He was previously married to Janice Frazier. While we don't know when Tom and Nancy got together, Tom has 2 children from his previous marriage. He lived in a house in the Yak River Valley. Tom was married to Kelly, who sadly passed away in 2015, bringing deep sadness to the family. Losing a child is incredibly painful for anyone, and for Tom, dealing with this loss in the public eye made it even more difficult for him and his family to heal. Tom's son represents the strength and ongoing legacy of their family in Florida. Chad runs a horse training center with his wife, Kim Burnett. This decision highlights the various skills and interests in their family and marks a shift from the wild mountains to the horsey areas of Ocala, which is called the horse capital of the world. Tom's life as a mountain man has had many memorable moments. Tom's birthday celebration was a special moment for the viewers, showing how important he is to the show. Although he enjoys fame and finds fulfillment in his life, he seems hesitant to move on. His absence in later episodes raised questions about his future on the show. This situation, along with the family's personal challenges, highlights the complexities of life. Tom has met many characters throughout this journey. Tom's life story and that of his children are some of his most cherished memories. The story of Tom's return focuses on his kids and those who supported him. His loving family has encouraged him to keep making the series, where his friends and family play important roles. The story of his passing shows the strength and healing power of family. Even though Tom's life is in the background of the series, it remains a bright part of it. Tom's close relationship with his children is what helped make the show successful over the years. The film about his life continues to inspire others and shows how strong family bonds can be, even through life's ups and downs. Over 50 years have passed since Tom and Nancy got married, and they have a son named Chad, who has made several appearances on the show Mountain Men. However, Oar's wife does not often appear in public, so they are not as well known as Tom. Tom is happy with his married life with Nancy. They first met when Tom was driving a Bronco and have stayed together through various challenges, supporting each other along the way. They have more in common than it seems, besides just being married for a while. Tom and his wife Nancy have been married for over 50 years. They lived in Montana for more than 17 years without electricity or water. Both of them love the outdoors and are passionate about protecting the environment. Because of this, they chose to build a home in the mountains near a lake. Nancy shares Tom's interests and values. She enjoys the stunning mountain views and the natural beauty she sees every day. Water and power are vital for the couple's survival. They make the most of what nature offers and use their special skills to live. The nearest grocery store is about 30 km away from their home. Considering all of this, it's interesting to think about the life they could have had. Earlier, we mentioned that Tom started his career by working, and that was well and truly true. Now, Tom left the rodeo circuit because it harmed his health and injured his legs. After that, he began working as a tanning technician. He taught himself how to tan without any formal training. Now, he is recognized as one of the best tanners in the U.S. His career changed again when he joined the cast of the Mountain Men series on the History Channel. Eustace Conway and Morgan Beasley are featured in a series about true American originals. This series looks at people who decide to live off the grid, without technology or material goods. The first episode aired on May 31, 2012, and the show is called Mountain Men. It shows the daily lives of people living in remote areas where they face dangers from wild animals. In the third episode of the 7th season of Mountain Men, Mary Hawk has a daughter named Maddie Hawk. During this time, Tom is teaching his student Sean McAfee how to trap muskrats. Tom believes Sean has the skills to become a well-known muskrat farmer. On another trip to check the muskrat traps, they couldn't find them. Tom suggested making traps to manage the growing wolf population, which could endanger people and cattle. The actor, who is in his 70s, has decided to stop working on the show that started in 2012. This news was shared by Disdoctify after they spent time in the remote Yak River Valley in Montana with his wife Nancy. The actor, who used to be with the Mountain Men group, moved to Florida. He decided to leave the show because as he got older, it became harder for him to cope with the challenges of living in a remote area near the Idaho border. In an interview with Allegan Mountain Radio, Tom expressed his frustration about the loss of privacy that came with the show's rising popularity. He also mentioned he and his wife live in the CAI National Forest, about 15 miles east of the Idaho Panhandle and 4 miles from the British Columbia border. Tom mentioned that he and his wife Nancy had around 300 visitors at their home last summer who came to take pictures and meet them. The mountaineer, who has survived in the tough Yak River area by hunting for his own food, has had an exciting life. He has also ridden horses. For 25 years, Tom Oar was involved with horses and for 18 years with bulls during his rodeo career, which lasted half of his life. After moving to Montana, he started brain tanning, a hard work process that uses animal brains to prepare skins. While talking about his lifestyle, Tom mentioned that he knows not everyone can live like he does. He even feels like he was born 150 to 200 years too late. A boy at 150 to 200 years too late, he also shared that he has always been different. Tom is interested in history and reflects on his experiences. His brother Jack has appeared a few times on the show Mountain Men, and it's clear that Jack is much more camera shy than Tom. Jack is Tom's older brother, but not much else is known about him. A key idea of Mountain Men is that the people on the show live in a very remote area. Jack has become popular with viewers, appearing in over 20 episodes of the show. He doesn't interact much with the outside world when the cameras are off, which makes him seem mysterious. Some people really like his personality, while others think both Jack and Tom are impressive. Tom and Jack, even if they don't like attention, have many fans who want to buy what they make. Luckily, they, along with Tom's wife, sell their goods at Willow Bend Trading Post. They also share many of their items on their Facebook page. Usually these items include handmade knives and sheaths, and they seem to sell quickly on the website. Fans buy them because they really like Tom and Jack and know from watching the show that the items are high quality. It's also a good idea to check the Facebook page for updates about Tom, Jack, and the rest of the group. Tom is living a life that many people only wish they could have. He understands that time is something everyone must face, no matter how strong they seem. Tom truly values the changing seasons and understands that change is important, especially as he thinks about retirement and what comes next. After leaving his successful career in rodeo for a simpler life in nature, Tom has had many exciting experiences. He shows his deep love for a more connected and simple lifestyle. He was born 150 to 200 years too late. Now, people are questioning the practicality of his lifestyle because of his old age and health concerns. Tom shows a blend of strength and humor when he thinks about being laid out lifeless. He understands his own mortality and limits, which is a serious look at his situation, not a sign of defeat. He is considering moving to Florida, where he hopes to live better. Tom and Nancy prefer a peaceful place that's close to nature, striking a balance between freedom and the ability to adapt over time. For Tom, retirement is not about giving up. Instead, he sees it as a chance to welcome life's changes. This reflects their strength and readiness to face whatever the future holds.